up? It is me, Asti, and today I'm going to be ranking the top 10 edge players in the 2021 NFL Draft. Now, edge is a very hard position to rank in my opinion this year. There's so many guys that could go in the first round, so many fringe like second round guys. The top 10 are so close to each other in my opinion, maybe like a round or two between 1 and 10. So it's really tough this year. I can see any of these guys being anywhere in top 10. So let me know down in the comments where you guys have these 10 guys at. And yeah, before we get into it, make sure to follow me on Instagram at Asti_YT. I post a lot over there. So if you don't want to miss a video, check out that. And you can hit the notification bell as well so you don't miss another one of my videos. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the like button on this video if you liked it. Let's get into it. I'm starting at 10 and going up to 1, so let's get it. Starting off at number 10, I have Quincy Roche out of Miami. Now, Quincy Roche is a little undersized at the edge position, but he showed great potential at Miami. He was consistent for 4 years there, having a great breakout year in 2019 with 13 sacks, just like another Miami edge passer that will be on this list later. But he's a polished pass rusher, Quincy Roche is, very explosive, great footwork. I just want to see a little bit more effort out of him sometimes. He took off some plays at his time in Miami, so that's not a good thing. But he has a low ceiling, high floor. Take it what you will. At number 9, I have JAYSON Away from Penn State. Not sure if his last name's Away or a Y or whatever, it doesn't matter. Sorry, Jason. But JAYSON Away, whatever, is a great potential pick. I think he has a lot of potential in him. Obviously, he didn't put up a lot of production at Penn State, as you can see from his stats up there. He doesn't have a lot of polished moves either, but he's very, very fast as a rusher. He doesn't use a lot of power. It's mostly speed on him. I could see him being a Vic Beasley type player where he has one good year and then kind of just drops off the NFL, and so it's kind of sketch when it comes to that. He's not super physical, but he's tough, so it's kind of like weird there. He has great upside, like I said. Not sure if he's a starter right away though. I think he'll be like more of a rotational pass rusher when he gets into the NFL. Not saying he couldn't be just an every down guy in the future, but I think to start off, just a rotational type of guy, but great upside. Coming in at number 8, I have Carlos Basham from Wake Forest. Now, Basham's like almost the exact opposite of JAYSON Away. So they're hard to rank here, but I have Basham at 8. He's very polished, powerful and quick. Not so much fast like JAYSON Away is fast. Basham's more quick and powerful. He's a big frame, but he's kind of a bit of a tweener when it comes to being a defensive end in the 3-4 or an outside linebacker in the 3-4. I think he's more of a defensive end because he's not very fast. He has more pass for us than he does run stop. Not the greatest run stopper, so then I don't really know, again, if he can be an inside DN on a 3-4 or not. That's why he's a bit of a tweener. I really don't know where a team can put him. Hopefully the right team can pick him and put him in a position to succeed, but I have him here at 8. At number 7, I have Ronnie Perkins from Oklahoma. Now, Ronnie Perkins didn't have the greatest sack production at Oklahoma, as you can see up there with the stats. But stats are very misleading when you look at edge rushers, when you're trying to scout them. It's very misleading when a guy has a ton of sacks. People want to think he's great, and he might very be, but it's very misleading because a guy could have like a ton of pressures and only a few sacks, and people are sleeping on him because, oh, you only sacked a quarterback a few times. When in reality, he's pressuring the quarterback like 100 times a season. That's very valuable to a team, not just sacks. And Ronnie Perkins is one of those type of guys, very athletic. He's a really, really good power rusher. And when he wins, he's very dominant. Now, he does take a lot of risks when he's trying to beat a block, and he gets caught sometimes. But sometimes he just chucks guys. Very powerful dude, very physical. I see him more as a 4-3 defensive end. But yeah, like I said, an athletic freak. At number 6, I have Joe TRYON from Washington. Now, a lot of like analysts and experts are very high on this guy. I'm sort of high at 6, but I do think he's a bit of a project player. He has a great frame, great build, super big, and he is a little bit younger, being a junior. He has great bend, very quick, and he's really good in space. So he could come off the line, play a little bit of linebacker. He's not great at run defense though, and he can have trouble shedding blocks every once in a while, and I think that's because he's too high on a lot of these like blocks. He has super long arms though, great closing speed, and he's great open field tackler. So in the right scheme, I think he could work really well. He's very versatile, but I think the right team is going to have to work on him, coach him up, because he is a bit of a project, but I think it could be a very good project in the long run. That's why I have him at 6. Now into the top 5. This is super difficult for me. I could see any of these 5 guys being number 1, and I can see any of the 5 guys being number 5. Super tough ranking the edge spots, and the top 5 is even harder than the top 10. But right here I have JAELAN PHILLIPS from Miami. He has a first-round talent on him, and I'll get to why I don't think he'll go in the first at the end, but he's super relentless, great spin move. He is a very hot prospect right now. He was a 5-star recruit out of high school, super athletic. He transferred from UCLA to Miami. That's why he had a year off. Great size, super athletic, and he looks the part. Sky-high potential. And he had the best tape out of any of these guys I watched, I'm being honest. But the reason I have him at 5 is because of the medical injuries he's had. He medically retired too. Like, it's because he had a lot of concussions, and honestly, like, he's super risk at this point. If he gets a concussion, he could be done for the rest of his career. Like, he could even like die, man. Like, it's messed up how like bad his head has been hit. Obviously, I don't wish that on him. I hope he's all right. I hope he does well in the NFL. But like, it's super risky when you're doing stuff like that. I don't know. That's why I had to put him at 5. He's the best upside out of any of these guys, but he has the lowest downside with his concussion problems. It's a sad thing to see, but I have to have him at 5 here. At number 4, I have Joseph Ossai from Texas. Now, again, another guy with not a lot of production, but you can't just base it off of sack numbers. He's a very fast edge guy, very great acceleration, very super quick. He's a balanced rusher though, so he does have some power in him. He's not going to be like a Khalil Mack, but a great solid edge at the next level, I think, at 3-4 defensive end. In his 2019 season at Texas, he did show that he could play a little bit of coverage. He got 2 picks, I believe, in 2019. It seems like all these edge guys just went off in 2019. I don't really know what that's about. Maybe offensive linemen sucked in 2019, or they just turned it on in 2019. Whatever it was, I think Joseph Ossai is the 4th best edge in this draft, and that's why I have him at number 4. At number 3, I have Gregory Rousseau from Miami. Now, it's kind of a controversial pick of me putting him at 3. Some people have him at 1. Some people have him at like 5. Like I said, ranking edges this year is really tough in my opinion. But the reason I can't put him much higher than 3 is because he opted out of 2020, as well as having some injury problems. He fractured his ankle his freshman year in the 2nd game, and he was out for the rest of the year. So, but I think he has top 5 player potential. It's just there's some concerns with him. In 2019, broke out, like I said, almost every edge player broke out in 2019. I don't know why, but he had 15.5 sacks. He absolutely controls the defensive line. Super strong, fast, explosive movement, quick hands and twitch. Like, great things you see in an edge rusher. It's just the concerns, they outweigh it for me, and that's why I have him at 3. Not saying he's bad, but he could be a first-round guy, more likely 2nd, maybe even 3rd. But I have him 3 here. At number 2, I have Azeez OJULARI out of Georgia. I finally learned how to say his name. Thank you, thank you. Anyway, he's very young, very raw. He has great bend, sneakily powerful though. I see a lot of these edge guys that are very like raw and young, have a lot of potential, get drafted high, and so that's why I'm putting him at number 2. He's very much boom or bust in my opinion though. He will need a lot of development at the next level, but I think if he can get that, he can be a dominant edge rusher. I can see him being a 3-4 or 4-3 defensive end / outside linebacker. And I think because of that, teams are going to want him since he's versatile. He can play inside or out. But yeah, that's why I have him at number 2. And now at the top spot, number 1 edge in the 2021 NFL Draft, I have Kwity Paye from Michigan. Now, he's super agile, very quick, very great finesse rusher. The best one in the class, in my opinion. He doesn't win with power a lot of times. Like I said, he's a very great finesse rusher, and so he has a lot of moves. He's a great technician with those moves. Like, the most moves I've seen out of any of these edge guys, he's just great with them. I don't think he needs to be coached up in that area. He likes to fight around the blocks, not through them, which I think is pretty smart. I think he plays very smart too. pretty good at shutting down the run as well, in my opinion. Just an all-around great dude. 3-4 outside linebacker, in my opinion. I don't really see him being a defensive end in a 3-4, or he could maybe be a defensive end in a 4-3, but that's neither here nor there. I think Kwity Paye's the best one because he's all-around great, very smart. He might be a little old, but I don't think teams will care too much about 1 year difference. That's why I have that Kwity Paye at 1. All right, that rounds out my top 10 edge rushers of 2021 NFL Draft. If you like this video, please leave a like. I have all their names listed up right there so you can check them all out. A lot of Miami guys, like I said. But if you like this video, hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'm going to come out with some more draft content here coming up before the draft and some stuff after the draft. Have a lot of big plans. But if you're down for the ride, subscribe. Comment down below what you think of these rankings. Comment down below what rankings you want me to make next. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Peace.